Hello there, how are you today? Welcome to my channel. The birds are chirping outside. I'm sure you can hear them, and it's an interesting day today, if I have to say so myself. Today is Thursday, June 4th, 2020, and for some reason Divine was just nagging me to make a video today. And I know that sounds mean to say nagging, because that's the type of energy that I'm feeling today. I'm just feeling a really discouraged energy, guys. And so I took out my little girl tarot deck. It's the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot, and this is what it looks like. And so I was really feeling the little girl vibes today. And so I pulled out this deck. Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of a reading today. Bear with me as I shuffle my cards. As I said in my previous video, I am the type of shuffler that takes one card, put it down, takes another card, puts it down, takes another card, puts it down. 3 piles. Takes another card, puts it in the first pile. And that's how I shuffle my decks, okay guys? I don't do the whole like done shuffle, okay? So let me just put you guys on hold here for a few seconds. Do 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 do. Just kidding. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna shuffle my cards. So I'm putting them down one at a time. I'm gonna make 4 piles actually. I'm gonna make 4 piles. We're gonna shuffle these babies one at a time. And you might think to yourself, why the hell would you shuffle your cards one at a time? But actually, I find it to be a very intimate way to shuffle the cards, right? Because you get to touch every card before you pick it, or before you pick the second or third. I don't shuffle them before I do a complete reading, meaning that I won't shuffle them, pick a card, shuffle them, pick another card, like shuffle them, pick another card. What I'll do is I'll shuffle them once, and we'll pick 3 cards from the shuffled deck to give us a message for today. And just a little heads up as I'm shuffling these little cuties here. Tomorrow is the full moon in Sagittarius, and oh shit, starting to drop them everywhere, people. It's raining cards. Hallelujah, it's raining cards. Sorry guys. All right, I'm back. Woo, didn't you miss me? Oh gosh, I don't know. It's just that kind of day, guys. It's just that kind of day where I'm like, the energies are just like, I don't know if you're one of these people, but like the energies of the world have been crazy, right? So all these energies have just been like piling up. And you know, I am so grateful for those people who were fighting out there in the streets, starting in Michigan. Good job, Michigan, man. Those people were really on the ball when it came to lighting those fires. Good Lord, how did they do that? When I was watching it live on YouTube through CBC, no, that's Canada. CNN, I think it was CNN, was broadcasting the riots and the looting and the protesting and the standing up for black human rights and just all general people of color's rights as well. And I'm so happy that I saw so many white people in the crowds helping, and even some people had their kids. And I mean, it was just, guys, I am so proud of the human rights for standing up for George Floyd. Like, you may have quite a good idea about how amazing it feels that those guys that killed George Floyd, who knows their names and who cares about their stupid names anyways, but I'm so glad that they have been arrested, and that they are facing charges of second-degree murder. All of them have been convicted. 3 of them, I think, were convicted of aiding in the second-degree murder of George Floyd, according to the courts. Second-degree murder. I guess it's because they think that he didn't go in there with the intent to kill George Floyd. But anyways, I'm not going to go there because I'm really happy at what the results have been so far. And I know that it's all those black lives that have gone out there and put themselves on the line to stand up for their rights. And I just love that about about this whole situation. I mean, so as I was saying, the energies have just like been building up here and here and here and here. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this video because why not, right? Let's just do the reading. So I've got my cards here, and as I was talking to you guys, I was shuffling them all up. Oops, I don't want to look. Okay, so let me just shuffle them again, because like I do this, like I don't know if any of you guys are tarot readers out there. Do you do this where you like second guess if you shuffled them properly, and you second guess if you grabbed the right one before you looked at it, and should you put it back and take another one before you look at it? I don't know, guys. I mean, I like to think I'm a professional tarot reader, and I definitely know how to read the cards. There's no doubt. I don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to having picking a card and intuition, guys, how do you do it? How do you go to pick a cards videos here on YouTube and pick a card without second guessing yourself, right? Like, because like this could be your life on the line, right? Like, what if he doesn't love me? What if he would love me in the other pile? God. All right, so I'm gonna do like I did yesterday with my other video. Hopefully you guys can go back and watch it if you get a chance. It was a positive message today. I don't know what the message is gonna be, but I know there's a message. So let's start with the top card. We have the 5 of Cups. Ooh, this is a pretty card. Guys, I've never actually seen this card in this deck, because I swear, like, I get anxious when I have to open up my tarot cards, because there's so much energy in each deck of tarot cards, and each picture has so many words. So here I see, it looks like a mother bird, and it's like oh, this is so amazing. Oh my gosh. So there's a bird head with a human body, and a human head with a bird body, and they're one. So, and they're in a nest surrounded by leaves. So I could say that they're in a nest in a tree, and the sky is dark. And let's not forget that this is a cups suit, and that is the 5 of Cups. Now, I guess we could count the stars and see if there's 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Okay, so the thing is, I don't see 5 in this anywhere. But I know Cups is about emotions, right? And this looks like 2 parts of 2 individuals mixed up to make them one. So this is saying, like, this woman's body has a bird. This woman's head has a bird body, and this man's body has a bird's head, you see? This could be like a yin and a yang. So this could be like a black and a white. And as the yin and the yang is the black in the white and the white in the black, and they both come together, join simultaneously. This is a card I see of harmony. This is a card of harmony. This is a card of reconciling differences. This is a card of love, of course, of acceptance, of the strength of humanity, but also of the fragility of humanity, of the intelligence of the human mind, but also of the I'm looking for the word here, because I hate to just throw words out there and say, I feel like it's this, I feel like it's that. I really like to know what the word is. So I'm going to go with the instinct of the mind. So the instinct of the mind. So this card is telling me this is a past card, because when I think of the instinct, I think about how the Black people were so instinctive that they started that protesting soon after we found out about that video about George Floyd and his execution style death. So this is a card from the past. But let's not forget, guys, that the past, the present, and the future are only concepts that we as human beings have made up. So as this is a card of cups, and the cups symbolize mostly emotions and feelings, I'd like to ask you what you feel when you look at this card, because I kind of feel a sense of loss with this card. I feel like this bird has lost his sense of his own self in this woman, and she's lost her sense of her own sense in this man here. So I feel like this card is it's a card of confusion. It's almost saying to me now that in the present we are confused. We're still really confused as a collective consciousness, as a group in this world. We are still confused, and the reason why we are confused is that we don't know how to see ourselves in other people. Because if we could see ourselves in other people, we could do like these two lives are doing here, and they're hugging, and yet you know that this is a bird, and you know that this is a woman, even though she has his body and he has her body. You know that they are complete as individuals, but you can also see that if they can see themselves in that other individual, that they are also complete as two individuals, right? So this is a card of reconciliation. What are the emotions that you have within you that are stopping you from understanding the humanity in the next person that you meet? We know that it's not always easy to accept others, especially if we've been hurt by them. But we also know that the power of love is stronger than any other emotion, and that the power of fear is also a very strong emotion, and that the power of fear, if it had carried through, then George Floyd's death wouldn't have been avenged, right, by all these people standing up for Black lives, and the fact that Black lives matter, especially at this time, that we have to say that because it's true, and because we need to stand up, and we need to embrace our Black brothers and sisters, and we need to accept them, and we need to see that as we embrace them and accept them, and as the Black people embrace us and accept us as white people, that's where we're going to find our unity and our oneness and our wholeness. So I know that yesterday I mentioned a woman on YouTube named Bell Music, and so today I'm going to mention a woman here on YouTube named Mira D. Tarot. I'll leave her name here on the screen somewhere, Mira D. Tarot on YouTube. And if you're interested, she has a collective conscious meditation video, which she just put up a couple days ago. And this is actually really fitting, because if you go to that meditation video and you not watch it, because it's not really something that you can watch, it's something that you can play on the YouTube app, but that you can just put down and listen to as you do your meditation. But you'll see why this card is fitting for that video. So let's go on to the next card. So I'm just going to pick the next card from the pile here. So it says 1, and we know that card 1 in the tarot is the Magician. So you see the 1 at the top and the 1 at the bottom. And this card is a woman, and again we have that duality. I don't know if you can see, she's got a female's head, but she's got the ears of a leopard, the dress is leopard print, and her feet are cat's paws. And she's holding a stick with a mask of a cat on it. So that's quite interesting. And then in the cage there's a bird. So that's kind of symbolic from the last card that we had, which also had a bird in it. The 5 of Cups here from the Chicoli Tarot. So again, we see that kind of duality of not understanding ourselves completely, or not understanding the next person completely, of putting up a mask in this card, of putting up a mask, and of feeling like one thing on the inside, but really expressing our true self on the outside. So as I was feeling today when I started doing this YouTube video, recording this YouTube video, we want to put on this face that we are strong. We want to put on this face that we're happy now. We're happy with the results. You know, we're happy that finally there's justice for George Floyd. But at the same time, deep down, we still know that humanity is still the same, you see, because she's disguising herself with her mask as a leopard, as a cat. But deep down inside, she's still human, you see. But her roots here are the cat roots. So that means that she's still human, but she's human, and what she's seeing through her mask of a different person is still what she's seeing in her roots. And I think that just goes to remind me about our roots. What are our ancestral roots? You know, like, who were the first people on earth, and what did they look like? You know, and were they black? Maybe the first people on earth were black, you know, and maybe that is where our ancestors come as white people, because I know that as we evolved, we evolved based on our climate, right? So black people have more melatonin in their skin, which gives them that darker skin, because that protects them from the hot sun of the climates that most black people come from. And then we kind of dispersed all over the world, and people who live in hotter climates, they have darker skin, and people who live in the colder climates where there isn't much sun, they eventually don't need that sorry, I said melatonin, didn't I? I meant melanine, however you want to pronounce it. I hope I didn't say melatonin. That's horrible. Anyways, you know what I mean when I say melanin, right? The pigmentation of the skin. So yeah, this card, and then there's that bird in that cage there, and this kind of, to me, like, I can't forget that this is the representation of the magician. And so, but there's also that bird there, you know. So in this card, in this tarot deck, I think this magician here, because it's very far from the explanation that the Rider-Waite-Smith has, especially through the picture, but she has that bird there, and that bird represented in that first card that we had, that part of ourselves that we have to see in the other person, you see, and she's got it locked up beside her. And so she knows that she's working with that as a magician. She knows that she's working with her inside thoughts and beliefs. She knows that she's working with the acceptance of the people around her, but she also knows that she has to accept her roots and where she comes from, because she's got those pawed feet there like cats, and she's got that tail too as well underneath her. And it's a very gray colored card, this card here, the magician. And why is it gray? And I think that that's a good color to express to us that not everything is black and white. There's a lot of in between, just like there's a lot of in between colors of human beings. Some people are white. Some people have no pigmentation in their skin whatsoever, you know, but albino people. Some people are dark, really dark, beautiful black people, and some people are every shade in between, right? So I think this card just goes to show us how diverse the world is, and how we are all in our own rights, people who are able to make magic in our lives, and to also accept those around us by magically seeing that they have so much to offer as human beings within them. So I guess that's all the video I'm going to do for today. I hope that was a good message for you. I picked up this deck of cards and I wasn't really understanding what the video here today was going to be about, but it's nice to be able to pick up a deck of cards and to kind of express how I feel through the imagery of the cards. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope that for you as well, if you're feeling that like pent up emotion in your heart, that you have some way to release that, whether it be going for a walk in the beautiful environment that you might live in, or whether it be, you know, having an ice cream cone, or whether it be, you know, speaking to a friend over the phone, or whether it be picking up, you know, your pendulum and asking a question and finding something that you didn't know about yourself, or whether it be watching a video about meditation. So just I really encourage you to check out Mira Di Tarot here on YouTube and to do her collective conscious meditation. You'll see why I pointed out that first card to you and why it's so apropos for that video of meditation that Mira Di put up. But again, tomorrow is the full moon in Sagittarius, so I will be doing a pick a card reading for you guys tomorrow. It'll take a little more time. It's obviously going to be a longer video, but so I hope you have a good rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm Mo, for those of you who are watching this video as your first video by me, and I will put out several more in its time. Take care. Blessed be.